Welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from Action Comics number 288, published in May 1962, with story by Leo Dorfman and art by Jim Mooney. Oh, Dad, it's awful. All my precious souvenirs are shattered. I've saved these things for my many years. How many years have you... I thought maybe like 2 years, but all right. I know, dear, it's just awful. A sudden gust of wind from the open window must have blown the case over. Little does Supergirl dream that I myself smashed the case and all its mementos because I make her cry again so that I can save her tears. Despite her superpowers, Supergirl is like any normal girl, sweet, gentle, and easily moved to tears. Yes, every girl. But the last person you'd expect to take advantage of her softness would be her foster father, Robert Danvers. However, to your surprise, you will soon see how mercilessly Danvers goes about hurting his adopted daughter, using trick after trick to make her cry her heart out. Why? What heartless schemes drives him to make Supergirl suffer constantly so that he becomes the man who made Supergirl cry? I have 2 daughters. Not all girls cry. So we start with Supergirl is at home, and her foster parents or adopted parents are going to have a anniversary. So she decides to make a couple gifts. She makes this happy anniversary mop. I don't know what she's going to do with that. And then she decides to use toothpicks to make a model, because her father is an architect. A masterpiece, if I say so myself. I'll leave it in the center of the table where he'll spot it the second he enters now to prepare breakfast. Meanwhile, we have a criminal who got in a car accident. And I'll wrap this handkerchief around my wrist so it'll look as if I sprained it, because he's got a part of a handcuff. It should be easy to fool the hicks in this town. They'll never dream I'm a crook who escaped from the cops who had arrested me. So he arrives at the Danvers house. Beg pardon, miss, I just had an accident down the road. Could I come in and rest a while? Sure. Maybe some coffee will help you regain your strength, I'm sure. But Mr. Danvers suddenly, this is funny. I'm getting a mental image of what this fellow is thinking. This will be a pushover. After I knock them off and steal their cash, I'll lam in their car. So he tells Linda Danvers, his daughter, but she doesn't. She expresses that she's kind of thinks it's ridiculous, but then she takes a look with her X-ray vision and spots that he has a knife in his sling. That's kind of gruesome. So I guess he was just going to stab them all to death, but instead he grabs this hunting shotgun off the wall, which is apparently fully loaded. But she grabs this unbreakable glass that her father had and reshapes it into kind of an invisible shield. He blasts her, or attempts to, but then she's okay. So she says that they're blanks. Seems like a lot of work that she could have done some other way, and kind of destroyed his impervious glass statuette. But anyway, we discover that her father legitimately has extrasensory perception. Well, consider yourself lucky. Your extrasensory powers almost border on telepathy. I think it's more than borders. Now I'd better be off to school. So they just kind of take it in stride. I'll walk with you, Linda. I must do some shopping downtown. I'll hang around and go over some blueprints. I'm not due at the office until after 10. But then as Mr. Danvers is there, home alone, he gets another mental message. Listen, Danvers, and obey. You're one of the few mortals who have telepathic power. You can receive all our instructions. We are hypnotizing you with our telepathic voices. What? Voices speaking in my brain? Where are they coming from? Never mind where they're coming from, Danvers. From now on, you'll take orders only from us. You will make your daughter Linda cry. Get her to cry and save her tears. Now this is what you'll do. Are you listening? Yes, I'm listening. So Supergirl is out patrolling, and this plane shears the propellers off a helicopter, which I think would take out both. We're going down, Rocky. What's wrong? I don't know. These are criminals. With my superheroing, I just overheard the thieves' conversation. They don't know their propeller is... I think it would just drop like a rock. That gives me an idea. I'll take the place of their propeller blades. So she indeed does, and I guess they just believe it. So they travel off to get their stolen goods, and that's why she's doing this. We're sunk! It's Supergirl. How'd she get here? Meet the human propeller. I took the place of the regular blades to learn the location of your hideout. Meanwhile, Mr. Danvers is there smashing Supergirl's souvenir case. Dad, what happened? My souvenirs are shattered. I know, dear. I heard the crash and ran upstairs. I found the window open. A sudden gust of wind must have blown the case down. So, of course, she starts crying. Oh, Dad, it's awful. I've saved these things ever since I came to the orphanage a couple years ago. That bust of Superman and that doll Dick Malvern won for me at the Midvale Fair 2 years ago. Ah, she's crying as I hope. So he uses a handkerchief to soak up her tears. I'll put this tear-stained handkerchief into the airtight bell jar so the tears won't evaporate. I don't think that would work. Well done, Danvers, but your work isn't finished. Supergirl must be made to cry again and again, and each time you must collect her tears. But why? What purpose will her tears serve? But they don't want to tell him, and they insist that he take the blue space jewel and put it under Supergirl's pillow. I wonder how that will cause her to cry. So he does it. And then she has memories of her origin with Argo City and kryptonite and rolling down lead shielding, but it's no good, and the death of her parents, and that causes her to cry. Oh no, I can't face it. It's too cruel. My rocket zoomed into space, leaving behind in a dead city everyone I knew and loved. Gosh, she's bursting into tears. I'd better hide the space jewel before she wakes and suspects something. So yet again, he collects her tears and puts them back in the jar. Too bad we didn't know that you had extrasensory powers, or we would have hypnotized you long ago. But she was only adopted recently. But your work isn't complete. We need a few more super tears. So Danvers, this is how you'll trick your daughter next. So Linda comes in. Dad, what's wrong? You look pale. I just received a call from the hospital. They said Mom was killed in an auto accident. So he's ready for her to cry, but the mom comes walking in. You're alive, darn it. I didn't expect Edna back for another hour. She spoiled my ruse for getting more tears from Linda. So then he just says that it's probably a prankster. And Linda cries again, but this time with joy. Jumping Jupiter, she's crying, but not out of sorrow, out of joy. I can collect her tears of happiness. So he's got enough so that the voice is finally happy. They're satisfied with the volume of tears. So we find out it is Jax Orr and two others in the Phantom Zone. And apparently they are able to use her tears. Let's see. You are going to free us by combining Supergirl's super tears with a chemical formula we'll dictate to you. So powerful are her tears that they will activate the mixture into causing a hole in the Phantom Zone. Gasp! And you intend to escape through that hole? Unfortunately, the hole will permit only a few of us to escape at first, but after the chosen ones get out and acquire superpowers, they'll collect ounces more of super tears, enough to free the rest of us. But now Danvers opened the chemical cabinet, so they explain to him how to put this all together, and he does open a gate, but instead they decide they're going to send out Mon-El because they're worried that Superman may have something set up to find them if they escape. No, Jax Orr, you know I can't leave the Phantom Zone. There's lead on the outside world. You know lead is as deadly to me as kryptonite is to you. That's not what happened. What happened was he got lead poisoning. So this is a plot hole. Who cares if you die out there? You're not one of us. We're Superman's friend when you were Superman's friend when Superboy. When he was Superboy. Superboy had to send you here because it's the only place you could stay alive. No, that's not true. That's not. He was poisoned. He was dying. But Mon-El just immediately goes into the ocean. None of Superman's friends intercepted him since nobody is on the lookout for us. I, Jax Orr, will go forth to collect more super tears. They think he's just running away. Supergirl shows up. Good grief, there's Jax Orr, the villain from the Phantom Zone. He got Dad in his power. How did he escape from the Phantom Zone? Listen, Supergirl, unless you cry gallons of tears, I'll kill your father. Don't try any tricks, because I too have superpowers. Don't do what he says, Supergirl. He'll make frightful use of your tears. So he just punches out, or punches him in the face, which I don't know how it doesn't kill him. But Mon-El shows up with green kryptonite. When you pushed me out of the Phantom Zone, I wasn't afraid. I was glad. I wanted to be the first to leave in order to get the kryptonite that would ruin your scheme. Brave Mon-El, he risked death from exposure to lead to save us. I can't stay in your world, Supergirl. I might come in contact with lead, but before I return, I'll heave this kryptonite meteor into space. Now, farewell. I must leave before the rift closes up forever. Farewell, dear Mon-El. You're the same self-sacrificing friend to me that you were to Superboy. Bah! She destroyed the tier formula with her heat vision. Thanks to Mon-El, the rift is sealed, but we'll dope out another scheme to escape from the Phantom Zone. Someday I must free Mon-El from the dreaded Twilight World. Actually, Brainiac will do it. Yes, if not for him, I might be dead now. In fact, he's got to wait another 1,000 years. But I've discovered something. I can't receive extrasensory thoughts anymore. Jax-Ur Blow must have robbed me of my psychic powers. Be glad you're rid of it, Dad. As you see, instead of a blessing, it almost became a curse. And I certainly won't cry over your loss. So we had a huge plot hole and some big plot convenience with the silliness of why would they release. I know it's explained, but it really doesn't make sense to release Mon-El first. That's an okay story. I didn't love it, but not bad.